Hi, and here we are again. Yes, we're 2 weeks late because we missed last week. Because why did we miss last week, Nick? You tell everybody why we missed last week.
Oh my God, Wendy, I can't believe I actually sat here this morning and thought, oh, this time last week I was with you and I was in Norwich and
In
I was in
Norwich.
the Henderson Centre having click, click, click.
Yes, our photo shoot. That I've now got the photos back and they are quite hilarious. But yes, it was this time last week. You're in Norwich. I mean, my goodness me, that week's gone quickly.
Did a half. I heard back from Joelle, and next time I'm down in Norwich, I have to let Joelle know because I waved at her as I passed by King's Lynn, and she said, "We'll go for a coffee." So Joelle,
Oh yes, so she is partly in King's Lynn, but she's mostly in Norwich.
yes.
So you'd have a job in King's Lynn.
Oh yeah, I thought about her and Richard actually as I went past, as I went through King's Lynn. I thought,
Yeah, they were outside King's Lynn, they're in Dersingham, so a little way out.
I passed that way, so I kind of through. I saw that on the road signs as I went through.
So here we are. So we're 2 weeks late, but better late than never, I guess. And yeah, it was a really good day last Friday. It was a really fun day. We had a photo shoot and then we had drinks in the hotel. It was a really nice day.
Oh, it was lovely. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
I never thought having a picture taken would be so much fun, but that woman is a nutter.
She's a nutter. How long did it take you to drive home?
5 hours.
No, that's not that bad, actually, from here to Blackpool.
No. Although I had to stop because the certain place that I was staying had sachets of really terrible, awful coffee. So the first petrol station I came across, I literally went, screeched to a halt and put my money in the Costa machine.
Yeah. Why are hotel sachets always so horrible?
Well, I did make a mistake. The sachets were very, very similar, and I accidentally washed my mouth out, had decaf.
Decaf? I had that in the Henderson Centre. It was absolutely vile.
It is vile.
Yes. Well, decaf can be fine, but sachet decaf is particularly vile, I think.
This body doesn't deal with decaf.
Yes, it was a really good day. Really enjoyed it. It was busy. It was quite long, but it was a good day. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
It didn't feel like work though, did it? It was just. And Sarah, oh my God, Sarah doing her zombie impersonation.
Yes. And should we tell everybody what Sarah said when she got back? Yes, Sarah was wearing trousers and a long jacket, and then she told me off when she got back for not telling her that she'd ripped her trousers. But of course, how would I know? Because she had a long jacket on, but she thought her bum was poking out of her trousers for the photo shoot.
Sorry, Sarah, but I did have a giggle.
Yes, so we'll get these photos out when Gail has done her magic with them and hopefully touched me up out of all existence and reality. That would be nice. And yeah, it'll be great. It was really good fun. I loved it. It's funny, I often say, I was only sort of 18 months ago, I would dread having a photo shoot. And I say to people now that if whatever your website is, whatever your social media is, don't hide behind it. Don't have stock photographs and things like that. You need to be at the front, loud and proud. And you may feel like it's a little bit vain or a bit embarrassing. Either of those things are very relevant. But, you know, this is just what you need to do because there's a lot of noise on the internet nowadays. And if you want to be seen and want to be known, hiding in a corner isn't going to cut it anymore. You've got to be out there. So be brave, have a photo shoot and pick the right person to do it. Because, oh my goodness me, it can be the funniest day you'll ever spend with somebody because it is hilarious. Have some props. Props are always good if you're a bit nervous.
Yeah, it makes a really, really big difference picking the right person. And talking of props, do you recognise this?
Oh, the speech bubbles. Where's mine then? Is it in the office?
Yes.
Oh, right.
So there, do you know, my camera's back to front. This is going to be my new Wendy on a stick.
Oh my goodness me.
My printer prints A3, so, you know.
Oh, God. Oh, sad nothing.
You see Wendy on that.
Oh, lovely. Lovely. But yeah, props are great. If you're nervous about anything, if you go to any networking meetings like BNI 4N or all the other myriad of others, which are going back to in person soon, and your absolute dread is standing up and even talking for 40 seconds, it feels like 5 hours to some people. Do you know the best thing to do? Take a prop. What turned it round for me was 9 years ago, when I'd rather have been run over by a flaming bus, to be fair, than do that. And then I realised, because we did telephone answering, all I did was take a mobile phone and then I'd just say, "Are you missing calls?" That prop made all the difference. Take a prop.
Of you.
It's really, really good ploy. Just something to hang your little 50, 40, 50, 60 seconds on, whatever it is. And you lose a bit of the fear. And then the more you do it, the better it comes. And the more used to it you'll become. And then you can stand up for 20 minutes and just go about anything. Promise.
Well, 2 years ago, you would never have had me on this. Never.
Yeah. It's just practice. It's practice. But you have to find out what works for you first. And as I said, props are great, because I think it's most people's worst nightmare is public speaking for whatever reason.
It's because all the attention's on you and you know where to hide, except, yeah, if you do have props, then, you know, you are the center of attention. And if you're a bit like me and a bit shy and a bit don't really like people sort of looking at you, that can be horrific. I know I had to do stand-up, you know, changeover day in hospitals when all the doctors literally change over in August. That used to be, I used to worry about that for months beforehand, because I had to stand up in front of like 120 doctors who were changing over, and I just couldn't cope with it.
Yeah. But they're not really looking at you, are they? They don't care who you are or what anything. It's just what you're saying is the thing. So yes, I mean, I got to the stage where I could sing my 60 seconds. I would happily stand there and sing it. Assault the eardrums of everybody. But it became memorable. I think my best one was when I was still in the days of being nervous. It was about, somebody said, "You wear lots of hats." So I got all the hats I could find. I even had my mother's wedding hat and things. It was quite funny. And I just piled them all up on my head and literally had somebody next to me. I mean, neither of us said anything, just kept taking a hat off one at a time. And in fact, the person next to me was even funnier because he just plonked them on other people's heads. So he was wearing my mother's green wedding hat throughout the rest of the meeting, I hasten to add.
Oh my goodness.
And then when he'd finished, it just was me having to say literally what I did, and we wear many hats.
Yeah.
And people remembered it. And about 3 years later, somebody said to somebody else, the best 40 seconds I ever saw was a lady taking off all these hats at Norwich Business Club. And I went, "Oh, that was me."
It was me.
Yeah. Just do something that's simple, memorable, and doesn't involve a lot of talking, because that's when you start tripping over your words. And like when I did that video, I knew these words were coming out, but I don't know what on earth they were. It was mental.
Oh, the Annie one.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know how many takes we had to do on some of that, because it was just blah, 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 blah. And I'm going, no, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Yeah, so.
Oh.
So that leads me to our tip of this week for Wednesday on a Friday. Was this week, I'll just double check because I couldn't remember what it was. It's all about Google My Business.
Yes.
And why people need to do Google My Business. You need to get your location right, because often people will go to find where you are, and of course they can hop to your website at the same time. So you need to get your location right. You need to get some nice photographs on there, perhaps of your premises if you've got a premises, of you, definitely of you. That's not so easy on Google My Business because it tends to show ones you don't want them to show because it's a little bit random at times. So your location, your premises, or photographs, are absolutely crucial. Your contact details, your website, your email, your telephone number. And you can put little bits of offers on there. You can put your services on there. Make sure your services are up to date on there. And don't forget, any offers, any posts you put on there only last 7 days. They disappear after 7 days. And why do Google My Business? For goodness sake, it's Google and it's free. So why wouldn't you? But you need to get it right and get some reviews on it as well. Keep asking your clients for reviews, your clients, your patients, your customers, whoever you're working with. Ask them for reviews, build those reviews up, and you'll just come up higher and higher. Particularly, let's give an example. If you're an osteopath in Norwich and somebody's Googling osteopaths in Norwich, which ones are going to come up first? Well, the top ones will be the Google ads, the first 2 or 3. Underneath that will then be the ones with the map and the Google My Business, and the ones that's with the most reviews will come up first. So make sure that's you. And that's my tip of this week. Spend a couple of hours looking at Google My Business and sorting it out, and it could do great things.
I was going to ask you something as well about, in terms of, I saw something you put on Facebook this morning about making your bed every morning.
Oh yeah, that was the Chief Navy SEAL talk, wasn't it?
Yes, I make mine every morning.
Yeah, about making your bed every morning. Yeah, why you make your bed every morning, and because it sets you up for the day, and it's a small task ticked off, which enables you to do bigger tasks. Because if you can't do those small tasks in the morning, how are you ever going to be able to do the bigger ones?
Yeah, it's one thing I do is make my bed in the morning, and I make myself giggle sometimes, because you know how I stayed in that hotel last Friday night? You'd think I'd never slept in a bed, because it's the one thing I do when I leave a hotel. I leave everything tidy. Like,
you didn't make it out. Yeah, my bed's now got throws on it and cushions and all sorts. I'm thinking, oh, good,
2 cats.
Leave them off. And then in the morning, oh my God, I've got to put them all back on again. But it looks really nice when you do. And of course, isn't it great when you go to bed and that bed is beautifully made, and it makes it a lot nicer than some scruffy old duvet rolled up in the middle in a sheet like a concertina.
Oh God, yes.
But it's that. Sorry. It's that little bit of a mindset. You've made your bed. That's your first little task ticked off your list. Job done. Great. Let's move on to the next ones in your next task list.
I normally have to shift 3 dogs before I get in mine.
Right. So, folks, make your bed in the morning. I'll be inspecting. Send me your photos.
Oh, Wendy, you're going to get 50,000 photos of people's beds.
Made beds. Yeah, no rude ones. No, let's not have any nudies in them. Well, depends really, I guess. Look, you knew at some point I'd have to lower the tone.
Oh my God, I can't wait to see what you get in your inbox.
It's a worry, isn't it? It's a worry. So what's happening next week? Let's go back to a little bit of sensibility.
Next week, I'm going to save that one for the team meeting on Wednesday. We've got some changes next week.
So we've got a secret, so we'll let you know what next Friday.
Yeah.
And I guess on that note, it's probably time for us to leave about nudes and beds and other things. Other things.
Yeah.
Yes. So sorry about them not being here last week. And we'll see you all again next Friday. And don't forget to set up Google My Business, because I will be nagging.
Yes.
And don't look at us, because the photos that it's randomly picked are dreadful. But c'est la vie. It's free. Take care, everyone. Have a fabulous weekend.
Bye.
Bye-bye.